Welcome to the JJ's Declutter podcast, where we tackle the mess and stress to make space for what truly matters. I'm Janis, here with Julie, and together we're sharing our best tips, tricks, and a little humor to help you declutter your home, mind, and life. Whether it's procrastination or piles of stuff, we're here to help you make real progress. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to part 2 of our garage series. This is the JJ's Declutter podcast. I'm Julie here with Janis. And if you are joining us for the first time today, go back and listen to part 1, because that episode covers the sorting and decision-making process that has to happen before any of what we're talking about today is going to make sense. Today, we're talking about the fun part.
The transformation part. You've done the hard work, you've sorted everything, you've made the decisions, you've dealt with the donations and the trash and the hazardous materials. And now you're standing in your garage looking at what's left and thinking, okay, how do I actually organize this so it stays organized?
Exactly. Today, we're going to walk you through how to create a functional garage space that works for your real life. Not a Pinterest perfect showroom garage, a genuinely useful, organized space where you can find what you need when you need it, where you can actually work on projects, and where you might even be able to park your car.
Revolutionary concept, right? A car in the garage. Let's make it happen.
Before we talk about storage solutions, let's talk about vision. Because the mistake most people make when organizing a garage is jumping straight to storage without first deciding what they want the garage to do. What's the purpose of your garage?
For most people, a garage serves multiple purposes simultaneously. It's where you store tools and work on projects. It's where garden and yard equipment lives. It's overflow storage for seasonal items and household supplies. It might have a freezer or an extra refrigerator. And yes, ideally, it's where you park your car.
Key is to be intentional about which purposes your garage serves and then organize around those purposes. A garage organized for a serious woodworker looks different from one organized for a family with 3 kids in multiple sports. Neither is wrong. They're just different functional needs.
So before you buy a single storage product or move a single item, stand in your cleared garage and ask, what do I actually need this space to do for me? What would make my daily life easier? What would I love to be able to find quickly? Because that vision guides every storage decision you make.
All right, with your vision in mind, let's talk storage. And our number 1 rule for garage storage is this: go vertical whenever possible. Your floor space is prime real estate. It's where you park your car, where you work on projects. It's where you move around. The floor should be as clear as possible.
Think walls, think rafters, think vertical storage systems, even shelves, right? Everything that can come off the floor and goes up on a wall or ceiling should. This single principle will transform the functionality of your garage more than any other organizing decision you make.
The beautiful thing about vertical storage is that it actually makes your garage feel bigger. When your floor is clear and your walls are organized, the space opens up dramatically. It stops feeling like a storage unit and starts feeling like a functional room.
Let's go zone by zone and talk about specific storage solutions that actually work, starting with the most important zone for many people, the tools and workbench area.
Hand tools, a pegboard mounted on the wall above your workbench, is one of the best garage investments you can make. Hang your tools on hooks, and here's our favorite tip: outline each tool with a marker or paint so you can see immediately where everything goes and what's missing, as can people that come and borrow a tool like I do from my husband. It's visual, it's accessible, and it keeps everything off your workbench and off the floor.
Your workbench itself should be kept as clear as possible. It's a working surface, not a storage surface. If your workbench is currently buried under stuff, that's a sign that items need homes elsewhere. A clear workbench means you can actually start a project without spending 30 minutes clearing space first.
For larger power tools, wall-mounted brackets or a dedicated tool cabinet, it can keep them organized and accessible. For smaller hardware, screws, nails, bolts, brackets, clear plastic bins, or those little stackable organizer drawers are perfect. And we cannot stress the word clear enough. If you can't see what's in it, you'll buy duplicates. You'll spend 20 minutes searching, or you'll forget you have it all together. Clear is good.
For the gardening zone, a simple wall-mounted tool organizer keeps shovels, rakes, hoes, and other long-handled tools completely off the floor. Or a large bucket or barrel works great and costs almost nothing. Either way, long-handled tools should be standing upright and accessible, not piled in a corner where you have to excavate to find the right one.
Smaller garden supplies, gloves, hand tools, fertilizers, seed packets do well in a dedicated shelving unit or a cabinet near the door. So you can use the door that you use to access the yard. Keep everything you need for a quick garden session in one spot so you can grab it and go without hunting through the whole garage. We have an old mailbox that we have outside that during the summer, the gloves and the smaller clippers are in that because those are the things we use the most. And so that way we don't even have to enter the garage. And then in the fall, we just put the whole thing in the garage. And it's just, that's it.
For sporting equipment and bikes, wall hooks and ceiling mounts are your absolute best friends. A bike hanging on a wall hook takes up zero floor space and frees up significant room. Now, I know people who actually have these on a pulley, so it will go up to the roof and then you can let it loose to bring it down because we had ours up on wall hooks and my husband wasn't home once and I was trying to get that sucker down and it did not come down. It would have ended up on my head, so I just left it there. Same with kayaks, paddle boards, and other large recreational equipment. Ceiling mounts or wall racks get them completely off your floor space.
Right. Balls and helmets, pads, and smaller sporting items do well in large open bins or baskets. One bin per sport or activity. Kids can grab their own gear and put it back without adult help, which means it actually gets put away. Simple systems that anyone in the family can use independently are the most sustainable systems.
For seasonal items, holiday decorations, seasonal clothing, camping gear, things you use a few times a year, ceiling and rafter storage, that's perfect. These are things you access occasionally, not daily. Get them up and out of your main workspace in clearly labeled bins. And again, clear bins with labels are so much better than opaque boxes where you have no idea what's inside and you have to pull them out and physically look inside before you find what category you're even looking for.
At the very least, label them if they're not all clear. But yes, especially if you cannot see into them, at least label them. So now for your household supplies, like the bulk toilet paper and extra cleaning supplies and paper towels, dedicated shelving units work beautifully. Keep like items together. Rotate your stock so the older items get used first, and resist the urge to overbuy just because you have storage space now. The goal is a reasonable supply, not a 5-year stockpile.
Unless it's toilet paper. I still have people say, well, you should have extra toilet paper because if we get in the same situation, it's almost like currency.
Funny.
If you have a refrigerator or freezer in the garage, make sure it's positioned accessibly and has clear space around it for ventilation. Organize the contents just like you would your indoor fridge. Regularly check dates, rotate items, and don't let it become another out of sight, out of mind dumping ground for frozen mystery items.
we did for the spare freezer in my parents' garage years ago is I actually did a list and put it on the outside because we'd made a
Yeah,
bunch of meals for them. So we had those in there and labeled, but we
and
had
they
a
can
list
check
on
it.
the outside of the fridge. And the most important part of that thing was we put a pen on a string taped to that list so that they didn't have to
They could,
look for something to cross it out that they'd taken
right.
something out. So, all right, on to the clear bins. We have mentioned them several times, and we want to emphasize just how transformative this one change can be. Most people have garages full of opaque cardboard boxes and solid colored plastic bins with no labels. Nobody knows what's in them. Nobody opens them. They just sit there accumulating dust. And if they're cardboard boxes, rodents can get into them very easily. Moths can live in them very easily. And then you're just going to have to throw the whole thing away. So definitely get yourself plastic bins.
Also, silverfish and earwigs can go in there and eat your paper. So we recommend switching to clear plastic bins with labels, and it's going to change everything. You can see exactly what's in every bin from across the garage. You can find what you need in seconds. You put things back properly because you know exactly where they go. And clear bins with labels are worth every penny.
When it comes to labels, be specific. Don't just put holiday, put Christmas ornaments, Halloween decorations as separate labeled bins, not sports, but soccer gear and camping equipment as separate bins. The more specific your labels, the faster you can find things and the easier it is to put things back correctly and to teach your children how to put things back correctly.
Now, one more tip on bins. Don't overfill them. If you can barely close the lid, you have too much in that bin. Either declutter what's in it or add another bin. A bin that's hard to open and close doesn't get used properly. Aim for bins that are easy to open, easy to see into, and easy to close. And also, as we get older, you don't want to go out and buy the largest bin that they have on the shelf because think how heavy that's going to be when you're trying to lift it up over your head. So I've switched rather from these large bins that were, I don't know, 64 gallons, I don't know what they were, to a smaller
Mm-hmm.
bin and stacking more of them.
Awesome. Let's talk about floor space and traffic flow because this is what makes a garage feel functional versus frustrating. Think about how you move through your garage. Where do you enter? Where do you need to access most frequently? And what's your path to the car?
Your most frequently accessed items should be the easiest to reach, at eye level or slightly below, near the point of entry you use most. Items you access seasonally can go higher up or further back or way down low. Items you rarely access at all can go in the rafters or the back corners.
You want to leave clear pathways between zones, if possible, depending on how you zoned, but leave a clear pathway from zone to zone to zone. You should be able to walk through your garage without navigating an obstacle course. If you have to squeeze sideways or step over things to get anywhere, your storage isn't working yet. Yet, I say.
And if parking your car in the garage is a goal, wonderful. Measure your car before you finalize your storage layout. Know exactly how much floor space you need to comfortably open all the doors and move around the car. Then protect that floor space and don't let storage creep into it.
You could open all the doors and then do like the chalk line around your
Well, and
on
you
the
know, the
floor.
weird thing is different people will park differently. My husband
Right.
likes to park really close to the wall, and I would park a lot further because I usually have stuff I need to carry. So I would park way over here so I could pull stuff out, and he would park really close, and I was just like, dude. And if you're parking really close to the wall and there's a pole, like a pipe, because ours has a pipe that goes out and drains the water heater. Pool noodles cut in half, perfect for preventing those dings on your cars.
All right. So you have sorted, you've organized, you've created zones, you've gone vertical. Your garage looks amazing. How do you keep it that way? Because the last thing you want is to do all this work and have it slowly slide back into chaos over the next 6 months.
The key is having a system simple enough that everyone in the household can maintain it independently. Every item has a home. Every home is labeled. Every person who uses the garage knows where things go. And when something gets used, it goes back to its home. That's the entire system.
Do a quick monthly check of your garage, maybe 15 minutes. Honestly, I don't know if it would even take that long, but give yourself up to 15 minutes to catch anything that started migrating or accumulating. So a little maintenance monthly isn't infinitely easier than a big declutter annually. And seasonally, when you're swapping out your seasonal bins, take that opportunity to reassess what's in them. Is everything still needed? Is anything damaged? Does anything need to be replaced?
And here's a boundary we're setting. The garage is not a dumping ground anymore. When something doesn't have a home inside the house, the answer is not to put it in the garage. The answer is to make a decision about it right then. Keep it and find it a real home, or let it go. The garage's new job is to be functional, not to be a holding space for indecision.
Right, declutterers, here's your part 2 action plan. Before you buy a single storage product, decide what you want your garage to do for your life. Then work zone by zone, using vertical storage as your guiding principle. Pegboards for tools, clear labeled bins for everything, ceiling and rafter storage for seasonal items, wall hooks for bikes and large equipment.
Keep your floor clear, maintain clear pathways, and make sure your most used items are the most accessible. Set a monthly 15-minute check-in to keep things from sliding back into chaos, and hold the boundaries. The garage is a functional space now, not a dumping ground.
So if you've listened to both part 1 and part 2 and you're feeling motivated but also a little overwhelmed just for the scale of this project, please know that you don't have to do it alone. Our Clutter Crushers Club meets live on Zoom 4 weeks a month. We start with the first Tuesday, the next week is Wednesday, the next week is Tuesday, the next week is Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific. And it's 90 minutes of working together 4 times a month, sharing progress, getting unstuck, and celebrating wins. That's always cool.
6 hours minimum every month of dedicated time with us and a community of declutters who completely get it. Because a garage transformation is big work, and having support and accountability makes all the difference between a project that gets done and one that gets abandoned. Find us at abcdeclutter.com.
And if you want to talk through your specific garage situation with us personally, we offer free one-on-one assessment calls. We'll look at your specific space, your specific needs, your specific challenges, and help you create a plan that actually works for your life. Head to abcdeclutter.com to schedule your free.
And until next time, keep it simple.
Keep it intentional. And as always, keep decluttering. Your car is going to be so empty to finally come inside.
Happy decluttering, everyone.
Thanks for joining us on the JJ's Declutter podcast. If you're ready to keep simplifying, follow us for more tips and join our Facebook community to share your wins and challenges. Subscribe here because it's always more fun to declutter with friends. And thanks in advance for leaving us a review.